Hello everybody, it's Molly with AllEars, and today I'm here with an awesome new video. Perfect timing because it's over 100 degrees with the heat index right now, and I'm going to show you how I beat the heat while I'm at Walt Disney World. Now there's lots of tips and tricks. Of course, you got to drink water, wear your sunscreen, you can always go back to your resort's pool, but what do you do if you just need 10 minutes in the air conditioning at a Disney park? You don't have a dining reservation, you don't have time to go back to your resort, and you don't have a fast pass inside. That's what I'm here to show you today. We are going to show you our favorite attractions at all 4 parks that don't usually have a long line and will guarantee you at least 10 minutes inside in the air conditioning when you're here in these brutal summer months. Are you ready? Are you excited? I sure am, because I am sweating. Let's see what Magic Kingdom has to offer first. Our first stop in Magic Kingdom is at one of my all-time favorites, an ultimate Disney classic, the Carousel of Progress. This was designed for the 1964-65 New York's World's Fair, and it was state-of-the-art with the animatronics. It remains here today in Walt Disney World, and it tells the story of a family going through the 20th century, showing how electricity has helped improve their life. It's really interesting. I love it. Older kids and adults, you'll enjoy it, get some of the jokes out of it. Little kids may be bored because it is a 20-minute show and you can't leave once the show starts. So you have to be able to commit to the whole 20 minutes. But when I hear 20 minutes, I hear 20 minutes sitting down in air conditioning. Now that is a great big beautiful tomorrow. Did that make sense? No, I tried. I just really love this attraction because it's one Walt himself actually worked on with the Sherman brothers, who are so famous for writing so many Disney movie soundtracks as well as attraction songs. They wrote Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow, they wrote Enchanted Tiki Room song, they wrote all the music to Mary Poppins. They are fabulous. Walt is fabulous. This attraction is fabulous. There's also lots of hidden Mickeys and little details to look for in the attraction to help keep you entertained throughout the show. Big question. Where does the little girl go? She's in the first scene and never seen again. Questions. I need answers. Somebody give me an answer. Another good option on occasion is the Monsters, Inc. laugh floor. They do sometimes have a 20-25 minute line, so it's not an official choice on our list, but if it has less than a 20-minute line, it's a good choice because one, the line is inside, but it's about a 15-minute show. It's really funny and it changes every time because you get to interact with the different monsters, kind of like Turtle Talk. Of course, it is important to stay hydrated when you're out here, so grab a water bottle and refill it. There are water fountains around the parks, and those water bottle refill stations are starting to pop up as well. It does kind of taste like swamp water though, so if you're not used to that or not a fan of Florida water, then I suggest bringing some Mio or Crystal Light or something to squeeze into it. Moving and grooving my way to Fantasyland now, where we are going to check out Mickey's PhilharMagic. Mickey's PhilharMagic is a 3D movie, and it features lots of your favorite characters: Ariel, Peter Pan, Jasmine and Aladdin, Mickey, of course, and a bunch of your favorite Disney songs. Now, this usually doesn't have a long line. Typically, whatever you have to wait is waiting for the previous show to finish up, and then you can go in, get a seat bonus, and your air conditioning. At this point, I should really just invest in a pair of these. I wear them frequently, but they always look good. PhilharMagic is super, super cute. There are a few dark, loud moments that may make your kids a little nervous, but overall the show's adorable. I heard kids singing along and chanting whenever they saw their favorite character, so that's a family favorite and one I recommend even if it's not really hot outside. That's one everyone should do regardless. On to Liberty Square, where we're gonna get presidential. You probably guessed where I was headed in Liberty Square, but I am in the Hall of Presidents, which is a fabulous place to beat the heat on a hot day at Walt Disney World. The show itself is 23 minutes long, but you can also come into the atrium and check out all of the awesome U.S. artifacts. I told you all about them in my tour of Liberty Square, which we will link for you, but this is an incredible show. It's really exciting when the curtain lifts and you can see all of the presidents of the United States. Littler kids may get a little bored, but the big kids, especially ones studying U.S. history in school, they'll enjoy it. Mom and Dad, you'll enjoy it. Grandparents, you'll enjoy it. And again, 23 minutes sitting down in the air conditioning. Guys, Disney magic is real. A sweet cast member saw me filming and I asked him a couple questions about the show and he decided I need some props. I got a flag and some Mickey dressed like Abraham Lincoln stickers. So cute. Just goes to show, always be nice to the cast members, and they make a little magic for you. This is just a little thing I do when I see a show at Walt Disney World. I take my ears off because there's nothing worse than someone sitting right in front of you with ears on. So just something you can do too if you want to be nice to the people behind you.
Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the presidents of the United States of America.
If you want to cool off while you're in Frontierland, head to the Country Bear Jamboree. This opening day attraction was actually supposed to be at a ski resort, which sounds a lot cooler than here. Disney never opened a ski resort, but they enjoyed the idea for Country Bear Jamboree so much that they brought it here at the Magic Kingdom, and it was an opening day attraction. It's a 12-minute show. It's adorable. It's hysterical. There's some jokes for the big kids in here too. And again, important thing for this video, you can sit down in air conditioning for 12 minutes. Yeehaw. You don't have to go all the way to Starbucks to get an iced coffee. I just grabbed one at Western Ho Refreshments, which is right across from Country Bear Jamboree. They've got different flavors. They've got vanilla, hazelnut, and a seasonal offering, which right now, shockingly, is pumpkin. But I love pumpkin anything, which I'm sure comes as a shock to no one, so I had to do it. Yo ho, a pumpkin life for me. Our final Magic Kingdom Beat the Heat attraction is here in Adventureland, and it's the Enchanted Tiki Room, another classic. This is an opening day attraction, and it was originally going to be a restaurant, and when it opened, it was called Tropical Serenade. It's also the first attraction to feature the famous audio animatronics, so that's pretty cool in its own right. But the Tiki Room is another great spot to come when you want to sit down in the air conditioning for a little bit. It's about a 10-12 minute show, so you'll get a good break here as well before you say, go wait in line for Pirates or to get on the Jungle Cruise. Welcome to park number 2. I'm here at Epcot to show you a few more of those attractions and places you can go to beat the heat here at Walt Disney World in the summer. Let's get going. I got a few places in Future World, a few places in World Showcase, and I'm ready to find them because, to quote Charlotte LaBouffe from Princess and the Frog, I'm sweating like a sinner in church. I'm not including Spaceship Earth on my list, though it is a good option, but it is kind of hit or miss. As you can see right now, there's a decent long line for this attraction outside in the heat, which does not meet our qualifications. So Spaceship Earth, if there's no line, good choice. Same thing with Living with the Land, but we're moving on to one I can almost guarantee has no wait. Welcome to the Seas with Nemo and Friends. This is a great attraction when it's really hot outside because it's almost always a walk-on. Walk-on means that the queue time is basically how long it takes you to walk through the line and on to the attraction. So while the attraction itself is only 4 minutes long, if you spend another 6 minutes walking around the sea base, looking at the sharks and dolphins and rays and other fish and manatees, and I can't even think of everything in there right now, go check it out, don't worry. You can easily hit your 10 minutes. Plus you can go see Turtle Talk with Crush, and that show in of itself is another 10-ish minutes, and you usually don't need a fast pass for that either. So I am melting. Let's go in there. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, 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 swimming. What I mean, you could easily spend 10 minutes in the sea base alone without even riding the attraction, which you can do that. If you don't want to ride the attraction for some reason, maybe it does happen to have a little longer of a line, or you're just over it, or you want to just get straight to the fishies, you're welcome to come towards the exit, just go into the sea base and explore, explore, explore. Let's go explore the big blue world. I have ridden this too many times. And if you want to learn even more about the Seas with Nemo and Friends, make sure to check out our All Ears Rides, the Seas with Nemo and Friends. We're going to teach you all kinds of tips, tricks, things to look out for. Really fun. We'll link it for you. Never fear. The Disney Pixar Short Film Festival is in the Imagination Eye Theater. Some of you may remember Captain EO and Honey, I Shrunk the Audience were in this theater before, but what it is, it's a series of 3 different Disney or Pixar shorts, and they do rotate. Right now you've got Get a Horse, Piper, and Feast, and they're in 4D, which means you're gonna wear 3D glasses, but there's also gonna be effects around the theater like they were in those previous 2 residents here, as well as things like It's Tough to Be a Bug and Mickey's PhilharMagic. Really fun, really cute show, and the only time you're gonna wait is however long the show is ahead of you. You have to wait for that to finish before you can go in. So really good spot, sit down, air conditioning. It's at least 10 minutes. Beautiful. While there's no seats in the waiting area, you're free to sit on the floor like I am. Your kids are free to run around a little bit. Just take a breather. I think the Short Film Festival is so cute, such a great space to hide from the heat, maybe even the rain, but I always tear up when I see after the end of Get a Horse who voiced Mickey Mouse. Spoiler alert, it's Walt Disney. So precious. On to World Showcase to see where we can duck into some AC on our lap around the world. You can also always pop into a merchandise shop if you need to cool off, a restaurant, grab a snack or a drink, maybe a character meet and greet if there are queues inside. All good spots to go when you need to beat the heat, but didn't include those because you're probably gonna end up spending money doing that, and you know, an attraction or show is usually more fun. The splash zones around the parks are also a fun way for kids to cool off, but they are gonna get drenched, so if you're gonna let your kids do the splash zones, always make sure to pack an extra pair of clothes because there's no way they're not gonna get soaked playing around in that. Our first stop in World Showcase is in the Canada Pavilion, and it's the 360-degree show, Oh Canada, featuring Martin Short. This is a great show. It's in circle vision, so the screen is all around you. You do have to stand up, but you are in air conditioning, and it's really funny because, again, it's Martin Short. The show is going under refurbishment this fall, but it will reopen later this year. I should point out there's no seating in O Canada, but there are these bars throughout the theater that you can lean up against so that you can watch the full 360 view. That was a mistake. I personally enjoyed O Canada. I'll be sad when it goes under refurbishment here this fall. Hopefully Martin Short will be in it when it comes back. Here they're just remastering it, upgrading this beautiful show because it's been there for quite some time. So O Canada, another great spot to get out of the heat for a little bit. Of course, one of my real favorite spots to beat the heat, right inside here, the Rose and Crown Pub here in the United Kingdom Pavilion. Great place to grab a pint and cool off, but that's not the point of today's video. If you do want to see some of our other favorite spots to grab a drink in the World Showcase, we did a whole video about the most authentic drinks around the world here at Epcot. We'll link that video for you as well. Bonjour from France. I am about to head into Impressions de France, which is about an 18-minute show all about, you guessed it, France. It does have something that Canada and China do not at their movies, and that is sitting, which is very important. Truth time, I have never seen this. So, no time like the present, vamos. That's the wrong language. Here we go. So, my impressions of Impressions de France, I don't want to say it's boring, because that's not kind, but it's not the most exciting show you're going to see at Epcot. It's not even the most exciting movie you're going to see in the countries. But as I promised before, 18 minutes in the air conditioning sitting down. That's all I can say. It is a really pretty video. If you've never been to France, or if you have been, you'll maybe enjoy some of the lovely imagery. The score is beautiful. But if you have little kids, they're not going to want to sit there for 18 minutes. Next stop on our best places to beat the heat around Epcot, the American Adventure Show at, shocker, the American Adventure Pavilion. This is about a 30-minute show that takes you on a journey through the United States history with a very complex choreography of different sets with really interesting animatronics. It stars Mark Twain, Thomas Edison, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Susan B. Anthony. All kinds of iconic Americans are in the show. Really, really interesting, really fun. Especially if you're American. If you don't speak English, you may not get this one, but it's a great one to come. Kids that are in school learning about U.S. history will be excited to see some of those famous Americans up on the stage. Bonus points if you can listen to the Voices of Liberty a cappella group beforehand, because they are incredible. Ni hao from China. In our last stop at Epcot, we are going to go see Reflections of China, which is another Circle Vision 360 movie. And just like France, I've never seen this one, so excited to go on a new adventure. Being in this exhibit reminds me of another place to pop in, not really an attraction, but there are exhibits in other countries as well. There's an exhibit in Norway, Japan, as well as Morocco, where you can go in, look around a little bit, get a little culture, and you'll be in the air conditioning.
Welcome. I am Li Bai, a poet of the Tang Dynasty, and I have returned to share with you
New about China today. We also have the acrobat performance at 5:10 inside the town.
Reflections of China was interesting enough. I'm only going to recommend it if you really need to get out of the heat or take a break from walking around World Showcase. But, you know, it's pretty, it's interesting, and it's actually getting my award for the coldest attraction, because not only was I not hot, I was actually chilly in there. Like, I had goosebumps. So it is really taken Beat the Heat to a new level there. And with that, we have wrapped up all of our Epcot Beat the Heat attractions. I feel colder already. See where we head next. Things I am not right now. Ice cold. Welcome to Hollywood Studios, or as I like to call it right now, Holy Clarabelle Cow is it hot out here Studios. Hollywood Studios, of course, has tons of different stage shows where you can grab a seat, and several of them are air conditioned, so you can get that beloved cool air for at least 10 minutes, as I promised. We're headed to find some of those attractions now, because I am Olaf and I am melting. Can you see my sweat mustache? I've been here for 5 minutes. Cute. Don't forget that the quick service locations, including Starbucks, will give you free ice water. All you have to do is ask. Several of them have refillable coolers just sitting out that you can walk up to and grab a cup and fill it up, or just go to the quick service counter, ask kindly, and they will give you some water. So make sure to stay hydrated. Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy is an awesome show when you want to beat the heat. It's an all-new show opened up just this year, and it's backed by Tower of Terror and Rockin' Roller Coaster. It's a brand new show, like I said, starring a really awesome animatronic of Lightning McQueen, and the show takes place on a 200-foot, 20-foot high screen. It's crazy. But first things first, it's inside, which is, of course, the point of today's video, and the show's about 15 minutes long, so that's the longest you're going to have to wait. You just have to wait for the previous show to exit, and then you can go in and get your seat inside. The show's also really funny. Like grown-ups, pay attention, because there's jokes your kids aren't going to get funny. And while you're waiting, it may be outside, but Lightning McQueen's pit crew is out here doing games and dances with the kids. There's a few cars to take pictures with, and there's a lot of benches. Ka-chow. Star Wars fans, listen up, because this next one is for you. Star Wars Launch Bay is located in Animation Courtyard near Voyage of the Little Mermaid and the Disney Junior Dance Party. Now, unlike a lot of the Star Wars offerings currently at Hollywood Studios, like the shows in front of the Chinese theater, this is completely inside. Again, air conditioning. There's character meet and greets. There's a short film about the making of the movies and the fan culture surrounding Star Wars. There's also really awesome merchandise that you can't get anywhere else. And there's replicas and actual props from the movies. A Star Wars fan can easily burn 10 minutes in here, and if left to their own devices, probably spend at least an hour inside. I wonder if the galaxy far, far away is cooler than Orlando.
Approach. The dark side calls. Will you answer? Will you try to kiss the light?
Is it cool in the dark side? Because I'm hot outside. So
You have no answer, and you have no choice. Your fate is sealed.
Hi, Chewbacca.
And right up here, please. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm doing well. I have an important question for you. Have you been outside? It's so hot out there. Is it hot on your planet? Sorry. You're my favorite. Yeah. Don't stay in here, Julie. Smart. Always, yes. Good to see you. See what I mean? You could spend a lot of time doing different activities in Star Wars Launch Bay, and you're going to be in air conditioning the whole time. But word of warning, parents, Kylo Ren is terrifying. Like, I'm a grown person who wears Mickey sunglasses and ears every day. But I'm a grown person, and I was still very stressed out being around Kylo Ren. So if you've got little ones that like Star Wars, just know Kylo Ren is very intimidating and very scary. I would suggest taking them to see BB-8 and Chewbacca, then Kylo Ren. Maybe run into a stormtrooper if you can. See how they work out with those. Because I'm telling you, he gets a little up in your face, and he's scary. Another great place to go to beat the heat in Hollywood Studios is Walt Disney Presents. Inside the self-guided exhibit, there's a few different things you can do. There are lots of different artifacts and history and things that you can check out, models, learn about Walt and creation of Disneyland and Walt Disney World. There used to be a lot more, so it kind of bums me out that that's gone. But there is also character meet and greet in there. Right now it's Mike and Sully from Monsters Inc. And there's usually a preview about 10 minutes long of whatever the newest Disney or Pixar movie is. So great place to go in, learn a little Disney history, sit down, watch a little preview of a movie, maybe meet a character. But again, air conditioning. There's literally people just lining the walls in here sitting down. So you know it's a good spot when. Y'all, I've seen Toy Story 4, like, for real several times, and I still cry in that preview. So, something's wrong with me, man. My favorite of all the Hollywood Studios spots to beat the heat is Muppet-Vision 3D. There are not enough Muppets in the world as far as I'm concerned, and you can go on a wacky 3D adventure with them. You'll laugh every single time you watch it because you're probably going to notice something you haven't noticed before. It happens to me every time I see it. The queue is funny, the waiting area is hilarious, make sure to look at all the props, but the show itself is about 15 minutes long, it's funny, it's cute, cushy seats, air conditioning, Muppets. Is there anything better? While here at Hollywood Studios, I've decided to seek out the best advice I can get from a summer expert, Olaf the Snowman. You can meet Olaf in Celebrity Spotlight, which is around the corner from the Frozen Sing-Along show on the way to Star Tours. And I've never been here with a very long line, so that's another way to beat the heat. Probably not going to be 10 minutes, but at least you can get a few minutes in with your favorite snowman. So I asked Olaf the best advice for the summer because, you know, he's a summer expert, and he said make sure to wear your sunscreen so you don't burn your nose, like his little carrot nose, and he said make sure to wear sunglasses to protect your eyes and drink lots of water. So there's your sunscreen PSA from Olaf. The Frozen Sing-Along, Boy to Little Mermaid, Disney Junior Dance Party, those are all also inside with air conditioning. But again, I wanted to show you some stuff that you could go to and pretty much be guaranteed a walk on, even if you don't have a fast pass. On to the next park. Hello from Animal Kingdom. This is our fourth and final park. It's also the hottest park, so you definitely need a few spots to beat the heat here. Ironically, it has the fewest locations to do so, but I'm still going to point them out to you, show you a few places where you can get that much beloved air conditioning and bonus, sometimes even sit down. Let's go. Right now, I'm on the train to Rafiki's Planet Watch, which is a great spot to come when you want to get out of the heat. The train can be caught right near the entrance of Kilimanjaro Safaris in Africa, and it will take you up to Rafiki's Planet Watch where there's tons of different things to do. There's a petting zoo for kids, there's a new animation drawing class. If you think about the drawing class that used to be at Hollywood Studios, that's what this is reminiscent of, where an animator will teach you how to draw one of your favorite characters. I predict it'll be an animal character like somebody from The Lion King or The Jungle Book or Finding Nemo. There's also a place where where you can perhaps watch vets at work, different animals, characters. Rafiki's Planet Watch is a great place to come explore a new area of Animal Kingdom that you maybe haven't been before, and of course, do it all in air conditioning. So I just did the animation class and it was so much fun. Here's my work of art. Art is a generous term. We drew Timon, if you can't tell, which I don't blame you. It looks like he's had some jungle juice, but it was so much fun. I really loved the animation classes when they were at Hollywood Studios, so I'm so glad they brought them back, and what a perfect place at Animal Kingdom. Come get out of the heat, take a class. It's about 20 minutes long, and you are gonna draw a different jungle or animal character from the Disney canon, so they have drawings around here of characters from The Emperor's New Groove, The Lion King, Bambi, Jungle Book, all of your favorite animals. Really fun. A character artist walks you through how to do it, and overall, this is my favorite Beat the Heat activity yet. So the other cool part about Rafiki's Planet Watch are there are some animal exhibits as well as nutrition experts that maintain the animals here, as well as the vets. You can see them doing procedures, so we're gonna go scope out what animals we can find. Oh my God, look at that cockroach. That thing is ginormous. Pass. Oh, and scorpions and spiders. This is like not my favorite section of animal I've ever seen. Oh yeah, that's the spot, huh, pal? That's the stuff. Hi, new friend. I know the affection section's outside, but it's really fun to pet a goat. And once you've been inside for a little bit, you can enjoy the heat while also petting a goat. Another great spot to go when you want some air conditioning and a seat in Animal Kingdom is Finding Nemo the Musical. It's not quite as popular as other shows like Festival of the Lion King, where you definitely need a fast pass or you're gonna be waiting quite a bit out in the heat. It's almost showtime and I'm able to walk right into the theater, and it's the middle of July. You can come enjoy Finding Nemo the Musical. It's right on the bridge in between Dinoland USA and Expedition Everest. I've said it before, it's not my favorite show in Walt Disney World. Festival of the Lion King holds that honor and it's in the same park, but it is a wonderful show. The puppets are incredible, the performers are great, and key to this video, 40 minutes sitting down inside. You're welcome. Another good tip, no matter which park you're at, cut through the gift stores. If you can, Mouse Gear, Emporium, Discovery Trading Co., those big stores that connect several buildings, instead of walking down the main street, walk inside. Blinders though, otherwise you're like me and you'll start buying stuff, but you can walk through the stores, get a decent way through the park, all in air conditioning. So with that, we have wrapped up Animal Kingdom, which means we have wrapped up our entire Beat the Heat video. Hopefully you found a new spot to go without a long line with 10+ minutes of air conditioning to help you survive in these brutal Florida summers. Did you find a new attraction? What are your favorite ways to beat the heat? Definitely let us know in the comments. In the meantime, friends, make sure to rate, review, subscribe to our channel, let us know what you want to see next. Follow us on Instagram at AllEars.net. And until next time, y'all, I'm Molly, and it's been magical. And sweaty. I'm going to the pool. Want to see more of my videos? Click over here. Want to subscribe? You can do that right here. And also, ring that notification bell to make sure you get instantly notified anytime we post a new video. Thanks for following. See you real soon.